Hi everyone, Alison here at Keeply Healthy Living. Welcome to our Movement Matters Rethinking Pain session. It's our Wednesday afternoon session. Lovely to have you joining me if you're joining me live. If you're watching this live or on catch up, please do like the page or comment in the box to let me know that you're joining me today. Always lovely to hear from you, always happy to have your feedback, and do let me know what sorts of things you'd like included in these online sessions, because we obviously want to make them interesting and fun for you to join in with. So do let us know what types of movement you would like to see. Once again, you need to check the area around you. It's free from any hazards, nothing to trip or fall over, nothing sharp to knock into. It's going to be a pure core workout today. Well, balance and core. So you're going to need your chair. So you need to have a chair at the ready. Okay. You need plenty of space to move around in, nothing to trip or fall over, nothing too sharp to knock into. And if you're participating in the sessions today, you need to be feeling fit and well, free from any medical conditions, illness or injury. If you're in any doubt, do check with your GP before you participate. As it's a warm afternoon this afternoon, you might want to grab yourself a glass of water or something to drink to keep yourself hydrated while we exercise. So if you're ready to participate, clothing wise, you just need to be wearing something that is comfortable, and on your feet you need some sort of shoes that are going to protect from slipping, depending on what floor you're working with. So let's find a space and we'll start with our warm-up exercises. I'm just going to put my chair to one side because the first part of our exercise session today is standing. And we're going to do some warm-up exercises standing. So I'm going to start by just shrugging the shoulder, lifting and lowering nice and gently, not too fast, not a jerky movement, just a nice smooth movement. And then we're going to just lift and lower on the other side, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in and the hips facing forwards. And then we're just going to circle those shoulders around. One of the most important things about posture, our balance, is having the good posture. So having that balance going through the body. So feet just about hip distance apart and firmly planted. Okay, as we do that, we're just going to bend the knees and then just straighten. So we're just going to bend and straighten. So the knees are coming over the toes and we're still keeping that back tall tummy. And I'm just going to turn sideways on so you can see me a little bit as well. And my arms are just nicely just down in front of me. So we're just bending and straightening, working through those hamstrings and warming up the knee joints as well. And then from here, I'm just going to march through. Getting my blood circulating through my body, and hopefully your blood circulating through your body too as we march through. And then we're going to just do a little heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor to work through the ankle joint. And I'm taking a bicep curl with that as well, so you can join me with a bicep curl. Heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor. And then we're just going to change over to the other side. Heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor, working through the ankle joint. Shoulders nice and relaxed, back tall, and tummy in. As we march through those feet again. And then from here, I'm just going to stand with my feet parallel, toes pointing forwards, and I'm just going to circle my hips around to the right. So we get some mobility in those hips. Just a nice gentle movement. And then back the other way. And then we'll take a little squeeze forward with the pelvis. I'm just going to squeeze and release. It's only a tiny movement. Just bringing that pelvis forwards and releasing. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Two more. And relax there. With the head, I'm now going to look to the right and look to center, to the left and center. Head movements always need to be nice and smooth, not jerky. And we're trying not to turn the head past 45 degrees. And then we're just going to gently look up and look down because we don't want to take the head back too far. Just a nice gentle movement. Head in line with the spine, lifting and lowering. And once more we march through. And I'm going to start to take my feet wide now with a wide march. And then I'm going to bring the feet back in. So we're going to take it wide. and take it narrow, take it wide and take it narrow. One more time, wide and narrow. And then we're just going to back to those knee bends, so lifting and lowering, taking those knees forward in front of the toes. Nice gentle movement, not too deep, just warming up. From here, I'm going to take a knee lift with my right leg. So lifting up in front of the body. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then over to the other side. And then 4 more on the right. And 4 on the left. 2 on the right. And 2 on the left. March through again. Hopefully we're starting to feel a little bit warmer now. Okay, from here, plant your feet in front, and we're just going to turn to the right and push forwards, left and push forwards. Back towards tummy nice and tight. Keep those hips facing forwards. Shoulders nice and relaxed. 1 more each side. And then taking the hands down by the side, we're just going to tilt towards the right and center, left and center. So I'm bending from the waist, hips stay facing forward. It's just the upper body moving. And relax there. Move forward again, and then I'm just going to warm up through my toes now. So I'm going to go ball, toe, ball, and down, ball, toe, ball, and down. Twice more like this. And last one, over to the other side, ball, toe, ball, and down, ball, toe, ball, and down. Twice more this side. And then from here, we're just going to take a bend, stretch, rise, and lower. Bend, stretch, rise, lower. Bend, stretch, rise, lower, and last one. And I'm hoping that you all warmed up from that. Okay, we're going to take hold of the chair for the first few exercises. So making sure your chair is just nicely at the side of you and holding on to it. Okay, we're going to think about working the muscles around the core because they're really important for our stability. Also, really important for helping with back pain. So and very good for helping with stability and balance to prevent falls. So that's what we want to think about. So what we're going to do to start with, we're going to just do a knee lift in front of the body, holding onto the chair to try and work through the tummy muscles. So we're just going to lift and lower. So I'm careful not to lift my knee too high so I don't lock the joint, and I'm careful not to completely straighten my leg as I lower it down. So just lifting up in front of the body. You can have a little crunch with that. 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to put my foot in front, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach towards the chair and pull back. So I'm working here down the sides of my body as I do that. Over and pull back, over and pull back. Back tall, tummy nice and tight. So really pull. Keeping those hips facing forwards. Over and pull back, over and pull back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is swap the chair over to the other side. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So first of all, lifting that knee in towards the chest. So I'm just lifting it straight up in front of the body. Once again, taking care not to lock that joint when I bring the knee up, and careful not to lock the joint when I bring it down. So just not completely bent and not completely straightened. And then let's add that bicep curl, pushing down. Hips stay facing forwards, back tall, and tummy in nice and tight. Two more. Last one, and then we're going to put the foot in front and we're going to reach across. So I'm going to take it across and pull back. So I've got my one foot in front of the other, my knees nice and soft, hips are facing forward, and all the movement is coming from the waist as we pull back. Get a bit of workout for the arms when you're doing this one as well. And the pelvic floor, because the hips have to stay facing forward, so the pelvic floor has to be engaged as well. So over and pull back, strengthening that core. Two more. And last one, rest it there. Okay, still holding onto that chair. We're now going to take the leg nearest to the chair in, and I'm just going to take the knee towards my hand. Now, if you feel confident, you can take your elbow to your knee and lift up. If you don't feel that you want to do that, stick with just tapping the hand. Either is fine. Let's do two more like this. And rest there. Okay, let's change over to the other side. So it's the knee that's nearest to the chair is the one that we're tapping. Hand that's out to side is going across the body. So just bringing it in, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in nice and tight. And that core is fixed, staying forward. And then when you're ready, you can just bring the elbow to the knee at the same time. Again, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in nice and tight. And rest there. Okay, so now what we're going to actually do is we're going to work the muscles in the thighs. So these are really good for our balance. So while we're doing these, the hips are staying forward, so the core has to stay nicely upright. So think about your posture and think about lifting out of this tummy area, this core area. So holding onto the back of our chair, we're just going to lift with the left leg out to the side. So I'm going to take it out and bring it back in, leading with that heel, and the standing leg is slightly bent so that I'm not locking the joint. Lifting and lowering, and we're feeling it in the outer thigh. What we're going to do now is slow that exercise down. So we're just going to slowly work through gravity up for 2 and back for 2. And as we're working through gravity slower, it acts like as if we've got a weight, so it's good weight bearing. And last one, let's just rest that there. You really feel it when you do it slower, don't you, as you go through gravity slower. Okay, we're just going to push the bottom back now just to stretch out the bottom and the thigh and just give ourselves a little rest. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I'm just going to adjust myself so you can see. You might not need to adjust yours. Toes pointing forwards, and we're just going to lift from the outer thigh, leading with the heel, keeping that supporting leg with the knee slightly soft, just lifting and lowering, feeling it in the outer thigh as we lift. The standing leg is getting some weight bearing in there. And then we're just going to add a little bit of weight to it as we slow it down through gravity. So we're just going to go out for 2. And back in for 2, keeping that back tall, keeping that tummy in nice and tight. So we're lifting up through that core. And last one. Rest there, and let's just push the bottom back as we do that. Relax there. Okay, we're going to go into some seated exercises now. So put your chair in a nice comfortable position. When we're sat on the chair, we need to sit slightly forward so we've got space behind us, the feet flat on the floor. So my feet are at a 90-degree angle to my body, and I'm thinking about lifting my shoulders up to get that posture. I'm not arching my back forwards, and I'm not arching my back. I'm just keeping it nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms in front as if we're hugging a beach ball. From here, I'm going to take the body backwards, and then I'm going to lift up using my tummy muscles on my core. You can also use your pelvic floor to help you lift as well, because any extra pelvic floor exercises are always good. So we're just going to take it back and lift up, working through the muscles in that tummy. Back and lift up. Back and lift up, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in nice and tight. Take it back, lift it up. Back and lift up. Using those tummy muscles to do that. Back and lift up. From here now, we're just going to take one hand back. So working again down the side of the body, in the obliques. So we're just taking the arm back and lifting up. Try not to turn too far. We're just thinking about a 45-degree angle here. Back tall, tummy in tight. That's particularly important if you have any brittle bone issues. It's important that we don't turn too far. Two more here. And last one. Let's do it over to the other side now. So over and back. Do make sure that you have plenty of space before you do this. Nice and controlled. Turning back. And final two. Resting there. Okay. From this position, we're now going to just cross our hands over the chest, which we've done this one quite a few times before. If you've joined me on a Wednesday afternoon before, you will have done this one before. So we're just going to take the body back, and then we're going to just lift it up. So it's a bit like the one where we were hugging the beach ball, but obviously there's less support. If you feel that you want to bring the hands in front to provide you with extra support, because some people just prefer to have their body weight forwards, do. Okay, so we're just going to have the hands. This one's actually called a rocking chair. So we're going to go back for two. And then we're going to lift up for two. Back for two. And lifting up for two. Keeping that back tall. And keeping that tummy nice and tight. Back for two. And up for two. Back for two, up for two, and last one, relax there. Release those arms now. We're going to bring the knee in towards the chest. So again, we're working through these lower tummy muscles. You will also feel this one in your thigh, so it's a good leg strengthener as well. We're going to pull in, and then we're going to just push out. So working through the legs. So pull in, and push out. Pull in and push out. Crunching as we do that, pushing the arms forward. So we actually get a little bit of workout in the arms as well, which is always a bonus to work an extra muscle group. Burns more calories as we go. Two more. And then last one, release there. We're going to take the opposite leg, but we're going to lift this one in towards the chest, and we're going to tap the opposite hand to knee as we did standing, but we're going to do it sitting down this time. If you want to hold on, you can hold on to the side of your chair. So we're just going to tap and down. If you want to do a little bit harder, you can do the opposite elbow to knee, just as we did standing. Choose a level that works for you. 4 more like this. And relax it there. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side now. So just lifting that knee in towards the chest. So tap in and down. Opposite hand to knee. Bringing it in towards the chest. And then when you're ready, you can change the elbow If you prefer to stay with your hand, that's absolutely fine. Work to your level. And you'll be feeling that down the sides of the body as we work through the sides of the tummy. And last one, relax there. Return to the other leg, and this time we're going to pull in and push out. So bring the knee in and push out again, taking care not to fully bend and not to fully straighten, because we don't want to lock that leg. Push out, pull in and push out. Pushing through that leg, working through those lower tummy muscles. Pull in and push out, pull in and push out. 4 more like this. And last one, relax down. Okay, bringing the hands in front of us now. We're going to pretend we're clasping something. If you've got a weight or you've got something heavy that you want to use as an anchor, you can do that and put that in between your palms. So heads facing forwards, and we're thinking about turning from our waist. So I'm going to go to the right and center, to the right again and center. Taking care not to turn too far, especially if you've got brittle bone issues. So we're thinking about a 45 degree and a turn back. 2 more. And last one, over to the other side. So we're going to do 8 on the other side as we've just done 8 on that side. And we're feeling it here in these muscles in the core. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Let's do 4 each side now. So we're taking it to the side and center. And over to the other side, to the side and center. Two each side this time. And 2 each side again. Repeat that, 2 each side. And 2 each side on the other side. Let's finish off with 4 singles. 4, center, 3, center, 2, center, 1, and relax. Really felt that there in those core muscles, in the obliques, and slightly in abdominals too. Okay, final core exercise today. We're just going to take the arms out as if we've got a huge beach ball this time. We're thinking about trying to keep the head still and just move the body. So I'm going to bring my arms forwards, and then I'm going to take my arms back, but I'm using my body, my upper body and my chest and my tummy muscles to do that. So I'm going to take it forwards and back. So this is also a really good one for expanding the chest and helping with breathing issues. So we're just going to take it over and back. So it's working the upper back and the chest, and we're also getting those tummy muscles in there. Strengthening that core to help us with our balance and core stability, and hopefully helping relieve some of your back pain or long-term pain. Over and open out. Let's do 2 more of those. And last one, relax there. Let's just give those arms and legs a little shake. Our final exercise today, because it's one that we've already done, but it's a good old favorite. So we're going to just put the hands across the chest, and we're going to just finish with our rocking chair. But this time we're going to go back for 3 and up for 1. So head in line with spine, feet flat on the floor, looking forwards, and we're going to go back, 2, 3, lift up. Back, 2, 3, lift up. Again, back, 2, 3, lift up. 2 more like this. And last one, back, 2, 3, and lift up. Well, I don't know about you, but after that, I can feel that the muscles in my core have definitely done some working this afternoon. So here's a nice part now. We're going to give the muscles that we've worked a really nice stretch out. So I'm going to start with stretching out the muscles in the arms, because even though we've not been focusing on the arms, those muscles in the arms have been working to assist with the other exercises. So I'm going to start by placing my right hand between my shoulder blades and my left hand either over the top or pushing from the front. If you prefer, and you're finding it difficult to reach that elbow up, you can just take it down in front of you, just to where you feel the stretch. So we're going to hold that. Feel that lovely stretch through the upper arm and release it there. Over to the other side, so between the shoulder blades, hand over the top or pushing from the front, or if you prefer, just bring your elbow in front. Hold that position. And then here I'm going to slide that hand that's just been on my elbow onto the side of my head, and then I'm going to reach out to the side with my other arm, tilting that head, feeling that stretch through the neckline. Let's release there and do that over on the other side. So hand on the side of the head and reaching out, feeling the stretch through that neckline. Careful not to pull on your neck. The hand that's out to side now, let's take that in front. Show me the palm. Hold between the joints here or here. I'm just going to bring it across the body. If there's a slight bend in your arm, don't worry. Just hold that arm where you feel most comfortable, between the joints, so we're not putting any stress on the joint. And release it there. Over to the other side, hand up, hold between the joint here or here, bring the arm in front and feel that stretch. So it might be that you're holding it here, or you might be holding it here, as long as we're not stressing the joint. And release. This time we're going to just take the hands into the small of the back, and we're going to press the chest forward so we get a nice stretch across the front of the chest. Again, you can keep your feet flat on the floor while you do that. Just helps your stability. And then we're going to bring those arms forward and give ourselves a hug. And as we give ourselves a hug, we're stretching the upper back. And relaxing it there. Okay, we're going to place our hands on the thighs now and just pull the tummy in to round the lower back. Drop the head so the head's in line with the spine. Careful not to lean too far forwards. And then we're just going to push up to the ceiling, so we're stretching through the tummy muscles. Any blood pressure issues, keep your feet moving, or heart conditions, keep your feet moving while we do that, so that we continue with our circulation to the heart. Relax those arms down there, and we're going to take one hand in front and reach across to the corner, still holding onto your chair to make sure you're stable, feeling the stretch through the side of your body. Release it there. Let's do the same over on the other side. So reaching over to the corner, feeling that stretch in the side of your body. We've done a lot of work on the obliques today, side tummy muscles, so it's kind of important that we stretch them out, and it helps prevent the ache. Release down. Okay, this time I'm just going to push the hands forward, so we're going to have a second stretch for the upper back. And release there. Taking hold of the knee, we're bringing the knee in towards the chest, feeling that stretch through the bottom. And then straightening that leg, so we get a nice stretch through the hamstring. You can place the foot on the floor, and if you want to increase the stretch, you reach towards your shoelaces. We get a really nice stretch all along that leg. And release. Bring the knee in towards the chest, again stretching through that bottom. And then flexing that foot forward, so we get a stretch through the hamstring at the back. You can rest it on the floor if you prefer, and reach towards the toes, so we get a lovely stretch through the back of the leg. Although we weren't there wasn't a big intention to work the hamstrings when we were working, but we have used the hamstrings in some of the other exercises, with the knee bending and straightening. And relax it there. Okay, we have worked the outer thighs in our standing exercises too. So we're going to place the heel onto the calf so we get a stretch through the outer thigh. If you can't feel it there, you can slide the leg up a little bit higher underneath the knee or on top of the knee and just bring the body weight forwards to get that stretch through the outer thigh. Making sure the other foot's flat on the floor so that your body is stable and that you don't fall off your chair. Because we definitely don't want anyone falling off their chair this afternoon. Okay, the leg that you've got on there, you're going to just take that one out to the side and bring the body weight forward so we feel a nice stretch in the inner thigh. Switch sides now, so that foot is in front and that leg is out to the side, and we're feeling that stretch in the inner thigh. Again, checking that other foot is flat on the floor to keep you stable. And bring that leg back into center. This foot we're going to place on the heel. We're going to take the heel of this foot and place it on the calf. Getting more words mixed up this afternoon. And we're going to feel that stretch through the outer thigh. If you want to increase the stretch, you can lift that leg up just underneath the knee or on top of the knee, work to your level, bring the body weight forward so we get that stretch through the outer thigh. And it is a lovely stretch if you can manage that one. And relax it there. We're just going to take a nice deep breath up now. And release the hands down. One more time, nice deep breath. And release the hands down. Give your hands a shake and give your legs a shake and give yourself a well-deserved clap. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. It's so nice to be back after my holiday. Obviously, if it's your first time joining us, you might feel a little bit of muscle soreness, which is normal, completely normal when you first start exercising, because you're using different muscle groups that you wouldn't probably normally use. By attending the sessions each week, you do get a little bit more used to it. Your muscles and joints get a little bit more used to it, and you found that that really does help mobility and strength, and hopefully helps with your long-term pain, and you'll become a little bit more confident in exercising and moving more. Do join me again next week, same time. This session is recorded, so if you want to have another go at it, you're quite welcome to have a look through. There are all sorts of other videos from myself, from Andy and from Mary on our Rethinking Pain programme. So do scroll down through our Facebook pages and have a look at the other exercises that have been done over the last few weeks that you're welcome to join in. There are also more videos on the Rethinking Pain Movement Matters website and on the Rethinking Pain YouTube channel and the Keep the Healthy Living YouTube channel. If you live in the Bradford and Craigavon area and you would like to be referred into the Rethinking Pain service, do contact your GP to make the referral for you. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed our session and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.